皆さんこんにちは、トニー森です。今回はナパ地区にあるダリオッシュワイナリーを訪れています。それでは皆さんご一緒に行ってみましょう。ナパバレーに位置するダリオッシュワイナリーはイラン出身のカレディ・ダリオッシュによって1997年に設立されました。2004年に完成したまるで宮殿のようなワイナリーはイランの古代都市であるペルセポリスをイメージして作られており、シルバラドトレイル沿いでもひときわ目を引きます。ダリオッシュのシグネチャーワインであるDarius IIカベルネソーヴィニヨンの生産は年に12から18タルに限定されています。ダリオッシュは30年来の夢を実現させ、ワインコレクターからワインプロデューサーとなりましたが、このワイナリーは最高レベルのブドウ畑を世界中で探してきたダリオッシュにとって集大成となっています。それではナパバレー地区にあるダリオッシュの社長であるダンディ・ペロさんにお話を伺っています。こちらのワイナリーは日本語のですね、サイドウェイズにこの部屋が使われたということで、非常にゴージャスで素晴らしいお部屋です。
Dariush was founded less than 10 years ago, and this is only our 8th vintage. But Dariush Khaledi is an American immigrant who came to the United States in 1976 and seeking his fortune and fame, and did so in the grocery business, and founded this winery in 1997 to produce a very Bordeaux-esque Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. And we've become quite famous for our Cabernet worldwide. So one of the unique things about Dariush that makes it a little bit different of a winery than many other properties in Napa is the architecture. The architecture is based in Dariush's roots in Persia. It's a very historical design, but it's also very modern and very luxurious. As I mentioned, it's sort of a Persian Four Seasons. Dariush is a man who loves to travel, and he loves the finest things in life. So we have a very, very beautiful, luxurious location with international boutique of luxury items from designers like Mizoni and Gucci and several other makers that we bring here for the benefit of our guests. Our customer service is unmatched. We have about 6 master sommeliers on staff that help our guests enjoy wines and explore wines in a very beautiful environment. And then lastly, in Dariush's private cellar here, we do some private tastings where we'll actually open up Bordeaux from Dariush's cellar with Cabernet Sauvignon from Dariush and do a celebration of the differences between these two great growing regions that he has enjoyed for many, many years. We also enjoy champagne. You can see we open up Krug, have a little Iranian caviar. So we like to put on a little bit different of a wine tasting experience than a lot of other properties. So our wines are primarily grown in the cooler climate southern Napa Valley in order to achieve a certain style of wine that is popular by Dariush. He has been collecting Bordeaux for more than 40 years. And collecting Napa Valley Cabernet for about 20. As you know, the winery was featured in a movie Sideways in Japan in October 2009. And we've seen a lot of visitation from Japanese wine enthusiasts to this property here. And it's a very distinctive property, very unique, very luxurious. We like to call it the Persian Four Seasons. Very unusual, but we take very good care of people, and Dariush believes in a high service level, similar with the greatest hotels and restaurants of the world. We also make a few smaller production wines, such as this Viognier and Chardonnay, both of a very European characteristic. And we also make a Shiraz, which is the native grape of Iran, where Dariush was from. To us, the most important aspect of winemaking is to produce wines that have an individuality, a personality, a style, so to speak, that is very unique to us. Wines are there are as many wines as there are people and personalities in the world. So if your wine doesn't have a certain soul, it becomes less important to Dariush. So what we've done, or what he's done, is he purchased vineyards in the southern, cooler Napa Valley. We have about 90 acres, all estate-grown production. And he, as I mentioned, is a big fan of Bordeaux, so our wines tend to have a little bit more of a progressive international style to them than what you would typically find in a Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. Napa Cabernets are famous for being very ripe and rich, and ours certainly are, but ours also have a certain identity that has more cocoa, chocolate, a little bit more earth, and a little bit more of a little more style than just their size. And I think that's very important. The wines will age for a long time, are definitely very collectible, and have been receiving good reviews in both Europe and in Asia. Today I've chosen two wines. The first is our Napa Valley Viognier. Viognier is a very unusual grape internationally, but also in Napa Valley. There's probably less than 10 wineries in Napa that make a Viognier, and I think a lot of your fans will have never heard of Viognier, but when we were in Tokyo in October, we poured this wine, and it was actually one of the more popular wines from our portfolio. It has a very aromatic, a very rich, fruity style that I think goes with a lot of Asian cuisine. And you know, it's also a little bit something different that you can't find anywhere else. Secondly, this is the flagship of the Dariush winery, is our signature Cabernet Sauvignon. This is the 2006 vintage that we'll be tasting in a few minutes. And once again, it's grown in southern Napa, 100% estate grown, very international, progressive style of Cabernet Sauvignon, very age-worthy, and I look forward to sharing it with you.
Then let's have a toast. Darius. ちょっと甘めですけども、口当たりが良くて、白がちょっと苦手な方でもスイスイ入る、そんなようなビオニですね。こちらのですね、ビオニでしたら、エビカニのですねスチューなんかはすごく相性がいいと思うんですよね。でこれにできたらねココナッツミルクを入れていただくと味にこう旨味が出て、リッチ&スイートという感じでいけると思いますけども、試してみてください。乾杯。乾杯。それではダリオッシュの2006年カバルネソーヴィニヨンをちょっと試してみます。で酸味とですねタニンのバランスもすごく素晴らしいし、凝縮されたうまみがこうぐっと詰まったインパクトのあるカバルネだと思います。このカバルネでしたらですねペアリングとしたら黒豚ですね、バークシャー州、それとキノコ、しいたけ、しめじ、まいたけでもいいんですけども、それをソテーしていただくか、あとお鍋ですね、きのこ鍋、黒豚ときのこ鍋っていうのもなんか相性がいいんじゃないかと思うんですけども、かつおのだし汁に薄口醤油と、それとみりんで味付けていただいて、それで最後にですね長ネギを落としていただいたらすごく相性がいいお料理だと思いますけども、試してください。
I'm Dan DiPolo, president of Dariush. Next time you are in Napa, please join us at this remarkable winery, Dariush Winery. Thank you.
皆さん、ダリオッシュワイナリーはいかがでしたでしょうか。エンジョイしていただけましたか。それではまた次回。I see you guys next time.